Rebecca Taylor, owner of Vivid Artistic Hair Design, and I'm going to show you a video of my client Natalie. It's a new technique that I came up with called smoke effects. And here you're going to see her before. This is her natural level. It's faded red. I'd probably say a level 7. And I'm going to show you the process of pre-lightening first, which is what I'm doing. And for her, I use a cream lightener and 30 volume with Olaplex. So I up the developer strength in what I would normally use from 20 to 30 because that's what you're supposed to do when you use the Olaplex, because it, although it does repair the bonds and keeps the hair healthier, it is a bit slower. So you need to prepare for that when you're using the product. Just going through with the cream lightener and 30 volume and staying away from the scalp about 1.5 inches. I'm applying the lightener from the nape of the neck towards the front. She has some previously lightened hair that I've tried to leave out and prevented from overlapping. And in this frame right here, you're seeing me just work through the lightener, making sure everything's saturated. Also, I went back after the fact and added the lightener to the scalp. And I used a 20 volume for that formula with the same cream lightener. So I would have normally used 10, and because of the Olaplex, I used 20. So I'm just making sure again that it's very saturated, and we're trying to get rid of all of the gold that I possibly can, because the step I'm going to use is very pastel, and I'm a goofball. So anyway, I've rinsed and I'm blow drying. You use the step 2 of the Olaplex that basically finishes off the service. The step 1 goes in the lightener. It helps reform the bonds, and step 2 seals it and stops the process of it working. So I'm just going through. She has a ton of hair, as you can see. I'm just making sure that it's dry, because when you're doing vivids or pastels or any fashion color, it has to be applied to completely dry hair. Although you see a little bit of gold in the after portion, it's going to be fine, because as you can see in this frame, I have used a toner, and I used a level 9 violet to neutralize some of the gold that was left over, because again, we are using a pastel color palette to achieve the smoke effects look that I came up with. And this, I'm always trying to figure out something new instead of doing the same old thing. So this is basically a collaboration between the client and I. She wanted pink, she wanted violet, and she wanted some platinum to remain in the look of her color. And so instead of just doing it, highlighted, I've done it in a way that it looks like a smoky, subtle effect. And here you're going to see the formulations. I've got Pravana, magenta and clear, and pink for the pink formula. It's kind of like a Pepto bubblegum color. And then I've made a periwinkle lavender color, which is basically just neon's blue, clear, and a little dab of violet to achieve those 2 shades. And then what you see in the bowl is clear. It's like a demi-clear, because it's going to help me smudge or blur the 2 colors together. So for application, I'm applying the first formula towards the top, and I'm using, or I'm leaving just a little bit of her platinum shade up at the base, because this is a different sort of technique. Like I said, you don't want it to look like a normal ombre or a balayage or a highlight. I'm just doing it to where the colors just sort of faintly show up here and there. It's just very, very subtle, and it looks like smoke effects. So I let it process for 20 minutes, rinsed, and you're seeing the final result here. And again, it doesn't look like your typical balayage, ombre, or highlight. It looks fairly new to me. I've never personally done anything like this. And I really love the result. I think it looks beautiful on her with her skin tone. I feel like the blonde's a beautiful, pale, violet, and then there's a bit different lighting. I'm in the natural lighting, but I'm just going through with my razor, and you might have been told dry cutting or dry razor cutting is a no-no, but I use a sharp blade and it has the outcome I want. It doesn't fray or frazzle the hair, so that's what I do. You know, whether or not you do it that way or you were taught that way, that's just your prerogative, I guess. I'm going through right now, and I am taking my thinning shears just to lighten the ends a little bit. I'm holding it at a 90 elevation, and I'm just snipping the ends a tiny bit. And that's pretty much it, guys. You saw how I applied it, and you're seeing the finish right now. When I get to the end, you are going to see the end result as it's filmed outside in natural lighting. It's absolutely gorgeous. Here it is right here. You've got that smoky periwinkle and then the rose color on the ends. It's still incredibly shiny. You can tell that the hair is kept in amazing condition, and that's largely in part of the Olaplex. So there's that slow-mo that I flippin' love. My assistant Jessica Bosley did this, and I just could not be happier with it. But there you go. I hope you guys like it. It's the end result. It is my smoke effects technique, and I will be experimenting more with this technique with different shades and different bases instead of platinum. But if that's not hair porn, I don't know what is. I flippin' love it. So thank you so much, guys. Keep watching. I'll be posting more videos. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook. I'll post the link. Take care. So I just want to let you guys know how amazing it was at the Behind the Chair color show in New Orleans recently. Just how many stylists are part of my hairstylist education group on Facebook and follow my work or know me from Instagram. It's absolutely humbling, and it's an honor, and it just makes me so happy that actually people said that I inspire them. I have no words. So I really, really appreciate it. I'm so glad you came up to me to meet me in person, take pictures, for us to talk shop. I'm just, again, I have no words. So thank you so much. I love you guys. Here is a quick little flipogram of some of the things that we saw and did in New Orleans. I hope you enjoy.